Hey campers, George here, back in the man cave. If you watched the last video where I went with Keith, we went treasure hunting. Afterwards, he said, let's stop at my place quickly. I've got something for you. Yeah, he did it again. Let's check it out. Basically, we got to Keith's place and he said, I've got a couple of things for you and a favor to ask. So I was like, okay, I understand. And he handed me these. I actually made the video along with the swap meet, but I didn't include it at the time because the video was just too long. So I thought I'd show you this part of it and a couple of other things. And while I was about to film it, mail call. So we'll have a quick look at this, then we'll see what Keith did. So like I said, mail call. I don't know why mail call timing has its moments. And this one is actually from Indiana Dave. And if you don't remember him, his sticker's up there. He had sent me some stuff before, and this just arrived in the mail. Didn't know anything about it. So let's open it quickly and see what's what. I need a knife. And today, in my pocket, along with my sack on my belt, I have me my little Higo Nakami. Thing of beauty, this. Beautiful little knives, really well made. So let me open this. So, we have a note. Greetings, George. As always, I very much enjoy your videos and postings. It's been a while since I sent you anything, so I'm sending a few knives for parts or repair and a couple of questions. Being new to knife collecting and restoration and being 80 years old. Yeah, that's not a typo, people. 80 years old. You and Kevin, the knife doctor, have been my inspiration and motivation to engage in this new hobby of mine, and it keeps me out and moving, searching for that hidden treasure buried in someone's garage, attic, yard sale, or thrift store. I can honestly say I've never been this interested in a hobby before, and the two of you, as you two are so inspiring and looked up to by hundreds of knife folks out there, it makes me feel like I'm 70 again. Anyway, first question. I can't seem to find any information on what the teardrop symbol represents on the Imperial fishing knife. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good question. We'll get into that. Any ideas? Not really. I had some guesswork, but there were comments on when I showed mine. My second question is, any idea who manufactured the bone antlered handle for little hunting knife? I can't read the tank sync, but I think it's Germany. I had a third question regarding the old Scout, but can't remember what it was. Enjoy, keep up the great work. Always happy to see my EDC sticker on your wall in the background of your shows. Dave, Dapper Dave. What he's talking about, I'll give you a close-up. That one, right there. Dapper, 56, EDC. Saving one knife at a time. We have things in the box. Apparently it's knives. That's a shock. So, let's see what we got going here. We have a packet. Feels like, let me get this out of the way. It's sharp. I will cut myself. Whoa. Here we go. No. This is a Camp King. And it's got cracked ice handles. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. It's in pretty good shape. Oh. Everybody knows a Camp King, right? There's only 13 million of them out there. But this one has cracked ice handles. I have a couple of Camp Kings, no cracked ice. Nice. Good cleanup project. All the blades are in good nick. Very nice. Very nice. And this one is, oh, that is an Imperial. I'm blabbering on without, you know, I assumed Imperial. It says Camp King on it, right? That's Imperial. Well, I kind of suppose it's the same thing. Hammer brand, Imperial. Here's the info. Wow, I didn't even look at that. I just assumed it was an Imperial. Now I have a Hammer brand Camp King. Whoo! And it's got cracked ice. Now look at this guy. This is an interesting looking guy. Look at that. Kind of beat up. But it says Scout on it. Pretty small, pretty thin, just like a white. I don't know if it's meant to be cracked ice. It's really, really faded and beat up. But look at these bolsters. I really like that idea. It's such a cool look. It's different. And this is, looking at it, it's really hard to see it. Say hello to Mary. We just had a big argument. Yeah, tell you about that. So she sulked for a while. I want to say it's colonial. It's really, really worn away. I don't know if you can see that. Hardly anything left, but this is pretty cool. This is very cool. It's unusual, that's for sure. Never seen this before. Look at that. Just 3 things. Blade and 2 tools. Bottle opener, screwdriver, can opener. And it's that kind of, it's a different old style combo can opener. That is very cool. Little wobbly there. I don't really want to replace those scales though. Maybe we can clean this guy up. You notice Mary won't sit facing me, right? We had a big argument and it was about her getting used to the camper. And I suggested we go in there and hang out and make a video. And she sprinted off and hid away with a lot of shouting and screaming along. Very cool. I like that. Oh, here we go. Fisherman. This is what he was talking about in the note. Yeah, it's an Imperial. Had to check. And what he's talking about is Imperial have three of them, probably more, but typically some don't have any on the handle, and then they have the one with the fish, and then the one that has the fish, and this. See that? Huh. And that's what he's asking about. What is that? At first I thought it was a snail. Then I thought maybe it's a reel. I don't know. Now there was a couple of comments in the video. I'll see if I can find them. This one's, the scales are pretty rusty. It's the cracked ice, but you can see how it's just got rust underneath it. And basically a well-used fish knife. Clean up the blade. Maybe we'll change the scales and still keep the fish in the snail reel. I have no doubt. If you know what it is, in the comments, that would be great. This will be a nice cleanup project. They do clean up nice, these knives. They're nice and easy to work on because it's clamshell. The only thing you got to worry about is getting the clams off without breaking them. Very cool. I have one, so I'm going to change the scales. Another baggie. Oh, it's a fixed blade. Look at that. Sniffy, sniffy. What is, oh, he had, wow. Wow. Look at this guy. It's a little fixed blade. Look at that. Is that not cool? Man, it's been repaired a couple of times. And he was, if I remember, he said, oh, he couldn't make out the tank stamp. Let's see. My eyes aren't that great either. It's really pitted right where the tank stamp is. I can see where he's saying it says something and then Germany underneath. Unfortunately, can't make it out. But I'll take a picture of it and do an image search and see what we come up with. But that is a very cool little knife. Look at that. And the sheath. That's pretty cool. Right? Very cool. Don't get too comfortable there, girl. Another bag. We'll put it on Mary because I'm irritating her. Oh, 2 Barlows. This has to be a Colonial. Yeah, check it out. Colonial. And it's missing. You know what? Oh, you know what? I like these handles. And you know what? I think I have one. Oh. But I want to say that I have one of these that's missing this side. It's like this, only has one side. And this one has both. Hey. And it is a Colonial. And so is this one. They made a lot of Barlows, Colonial did. But hey, look at all these projects. Okay, I've been putting this off because I'm still fighting with Mary. And you'll see what I mean. Check this out. Utah, the beehive state. Look at that. And of course, it's got this huge fixed blade in it. Now, I have one of these, and I made a sheath for it, nowhere near as nice as this one. And it is, it's a Colonial. Providence, Rhode Island. Look at that. These are so cool. And the reason I took so long to get it out was because I'm fighting with Mary. And this is a good fixed blade for Mary. I think about it. Her collection is growing, I'll tell you that. The other day, I was going through the knives and I took out the little ones and put them down and said, make your choice. And she actually did. The ones she sniffed, I pulled out. And we'll have a look at that. We'll see how her collection is going. It's a great little collection. So there you go. Mailcall. Very cool stuff. And always appreciated, my friend. The questions are a little tough. We'll see what we can find out about this. And it's pretty distinctive. This is obviously, I can look at the dimensions and everything because it's going to be pretty close. That handle is awesome. Look at this. It's very nice. It's pretty beat up. But maybe we can do an image search and find one just like this. And that'll give us an idea. If I do, I'll give you the info. Very cool, Dave. Really appreciate this stuff. Always appreciate getting stuff from you. And I hope all is well. Hope I'm as active as you. When I get to your age, my friend, that's awesome that you got a hobby to keep you busy. That's the biggest problem I think we all have. In our older years and when we're retired and we get bored. We got all that time and we need something to do. Having a great hobby, always a good thing. Thank you, my friend. Always appreciate it. Okay, so if you watched the last Elko swap meet video, I said that Keith had given me 3 knives, and there was this one as well. And he gave me another one to have a look at to see if I could do something with it for him. And I had a look at them previously, so I'm going to show you that footage right now. And after that, we'll have a look, see what he wants me to have a look at. And there's an extra in there as well. Well, made it home. We had to cut our visit short. I had commitments, and so we had to come back a little early, but we got some shopping in. And of course, when I was at Keith, he said he had some things for me. And he said, I know that you're a fan of sodbusters. And I was like, yeah, I like a good sodbuster, single blade, very plain, just a slip joint. Or if you're lucky, you can find a lockback. And it's a simple single blade knife. And they make great work EDC carries. They're not big, they're simple, and they do the job. And he came up with 3. This one with the wood handle, you can see that, is a... Oh, that's right, I couldn't remember who this guy... We had to look him up. Robert Klaas. Here it is here. And very nice. It's even got the etching on the blade. Very cool. I think it says brown mule or something. Yeah. Very nice little sodbuster. Straight up. Nothing fancy, as the half stop on it. Really nice wood handle. Fairly clean. And of course it's a slip joint. Then there's this one. And I was like, that looks so familiar. Yeah. Rough Rider. Look at that. This is a Rough Rider sodbuster. Rough Rider lock all their sodbusters as far as I know. This is a very cool one. Look at the handle on this thing. Very nice. And you can see the Rough Rider there, the typical sodbuster blade, but it does have a brass liner lock. You see that? Which is in really good condition. Very nice. Very nice. This is the Rough Rider I own already. And you can see it there. It has that wood handle. Beautiful knife. This is a beautiful knife. Carried it for about a year as my work knife. And it's from Rough Rider, and it has the lock back on it there. So it locks nice brass. It even looks nice. Back in the day, I made it a quick little sheath that I could just have on my belt. And then I do have another one which turned out to be very popular for some reason as a short video. Kissing Crane sodbuster. See that? All very familiar. This is just a straight slip joint. They also, I call them sodbusters because it's a single blade, doesn't lock. Typical knife used back in the day by sodbusters, people working in the fields. This they actually called a coal miner, which is basically the same thing. It's a work knife, and very cool. So that was exciting, and I was like, thank you, Keith. These are beautiful knives. And he goes, yeah, but look at this. See this? Yeah. What do? I can't say no to the guy because I'm very grateful for all this stuff. But sometimes I feel bad. But I don't think Keith is a big folder guy. He has certain folders he likes. You can't walk past a buck knife, folder all fixed. This is a case. He gave me all his other cases. And this, look at that, a fisherman, a Case XX fisherman. And it's a thing of beauty. Look at this guy. Beautiful, beautiful knife. Look at that. Look at the handle. Wonderful, wonderful knife. Beautiful. And of course, as with all the ones he's given me, it came in its original box. I believe this is a 2003, I think. Not 23. I'll take it. It's an XX, and it's a really good knife. So thank you, Keith, again. Oh, that reminds me. I finally got to pay him back with a knife. We were talking about this guy. See this? Swiss buck. Remember this guy was given to me by a subscriber, and I love these knives. They're really, really very cool. And I knew about them because Keith actually found a couple in the original boxes. It's like a green box, and it's called a Swiss buck. It's made for buck by Victorinox or Wenger, I think. But I'm not sure that he has this one. And I think he said, I do not, because it's a fisherman. See that? And I was so excited. Keith gets this one. He's a big, big buck fan. So that was exciting. I finally get to pay him back with something. What do you do? So there you go. He's so generous. Yeah, it's not like I can say no to the guy. They're beautiful knives, and he feels that I would appreciate them more than him, I think, as he's more of a fixed blade guy and a buck guy. And I think finally I get to repay him something, a little bit, for that Swiss buck. I was so happy to hear he didn't have that one. And they are pretty cool knives. So there you go. Thought I'd just catch you up on everything, and you can see what Keith gave me. One other thing, that what he asked if I could do something with. He showed me this guy. Let me just get it into one piece here. This guy here, okay? And basically, it's a fixed blade with a sheath, but it's a fisherman fixed blade. I don't know if you can see that. It's got the scale remover up there. And it's a fixed blade. It's pretty old. How do I know? If you look at the tank stamp on this thing, it just says Imperial USA. That's it. And I know exactly what it is. If you watch that video, and at the end of the video when we were at Keith's place, I picked up an Imperial fixed blade, and it had like a clamshell style handle on it. This is what this is. It's just one of those. The handle came off. Now this, I believe, belonged to Keith's dad or grandfather. I can't remember. But it's in really good shape. They're really odd because if you look at the handle, it's like huge compared to the blade. But it's a small little blade, and of course it came with the sheath. Hopefully we can just rejuvenate the sheath. Looking at it, it does have, I think it does have a blade guard on it. Does it? Maybe not. Huh. Interesting. No, it doesn't. That's interesting. Maybe I'll put a bit of leather in there and see if we can just give it a little bit more life in it, because when you slide this in, you can see they've cut into the stitch. Okay. So maybe we can do something with that. And then what he said is, I'd really like wood handles on. And then he said, here's the wood I like. Now, I can't remember offhand what the name is. Now, you can see I started looking at measurements and that to make sure it's going to work. This is beautiful wood. Extremely light. Let me show it. You see how it looks like it's lined? If you look at the end of the wood, look at it. See that? It's a natural wood. And it's just a matter of getting them on right and then making sure that when it's all together, it's going to fit in the sheath, because we have this clip. So we got to have that handle small enough where the clip goes that it's actually going to clip close, because these are pretty thick. It's a very light, easy to work wood, but it's very cool. So there you are. That's what Keith did. I feel I at least gave something back to him. He's been such a good friend and so generous. I know he has a lot of knives. He has so many knives. And, you know, a lot of them came from his brother who passed away. And his brother had always said, make sure they go to somebody who would appreciate them. And I'm privileged to be the one that Keith feels I would. He sent some to the knife doctor. So, you know, it's actually an honor for me that he would consider giving them to me. You all be safe out there, especially when wandering around. It's summertime, busy out there. Roads are busy. Kiddies running around, you know, school holidays, summer break and all that good stuff. Be careful out there. And not for yourself, not just for yourself, but for the kiddos running around on the streets. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. Pretty sure I'll be back. Got all these projects to do. The Mailcall. Dave, thank you again, my friend. That's a great Mailcall. Some great projects there. And I'll look in and see if I can find the stuff on this, and hopefully I can. It's really hard. It takes forever to find it. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Always appreciate it. We'll see you again.